Hello, beautiful people. It's Celia Musuning Zanyele here. Welcome to this YouTube channel. If you're coming across this YouTube channel for the first time, welcome. If you are a return subby, welcome. You are highly appreciated for your time and data that you are spending watching these videos. Now today, what I want us to talk about is how to gather yourself after rape. How to survive being violated like that. Rape is one of the most violating in a very deep way that cannot even be expressed in words. It's the worst kind of violation to the human, and particularly to the women who fall prey more than men to that kind of violation. Now, as a rape survivor myself, I would like to just recommend a few things. I am not saying by no means that the following things that I'm going to talk about are the be all and end all of the things that you can do to survive rape or to cope with rape. Number one, I would like to spell it out that rape is not something that you can just put past you and get over with and forget about it. Rape is one violation that you will never, ever forget. It's one violation that leaves you broken in a million pieces that even if they were all to be collected, they would never leave you as the same person again. Just like any other traumas, it's one of the deep cut traumatic experiences that anyone can face. Rape is something that you do not wish upon even your worst enemy. It's something that no human being should pass through rape. But unfortunately, it's happening, and it has happened to many. And the very first few weeks, let's start with the first few hours, you can't even sleep unless you are given a very strong drug to force you to sleep. Struggling to sleep is one of the things that you should expect if you have been through it. Changing appetite is one of the things that you need to expect. And one pattern that is repeated more than any other is limiting movement. You'd find that your movement is now limited more than ever. You'd find that it's hard for you to step out of your comfort zone. By comfort zone, I mean a home or whatever place of safety that you may find yourself in. You'd find it very hard to step out of because the constant fear of a repeated rape happening again, it's so huge that it makes you a prisoner in your own body, in your own space. So there are a few things that I would like to encourage. Like I said, by no means they are the things that can be regarded as the Bible. No, they are not to be regarded as the gospel. But these are things that helped me as a person. That's why I'm thinking that they may help someone out there. One of the things that helped me, and that also helped my daughter, because both of us are rape survivors, I've noticed that allowing yourself to feel pain is good. Allowing yourself to cry is good. Cry. Ask yourself why me. It's fine. Ask it. Ask that question as many times as you can. Ask it. Don't give up. Just ask it. Ask why. Ask it 100 times. It's fine. Cry your lungs out. It's fine. And if you feel like you do not have appetite, you don't want to eat, it's fine. But give yourself a time frame. You shouldn't let them go on for so long. Take advices from other people. I do know that it is difficult when you have gone through that, because people will be coming to say it's God's will. God wanted to strengthen you. It is His will. He doesn't do things, or He doesn't give you things that are above you. All those things, and you don't want to hear them. I don't even believe in them. It's okay to tell people to stop. If you feel they are saying things that are hurting you, tell them, can you please stop? Tell them, can you please stop? I am not comfortable with this talk right now. So letting people know how you feel at that particular moment is very important. Let them know that you are not comfortable with a certain line of thought that they are bringing to your table, that you feel like it's making you question a lot, and it's making you doubt yourself. It's making you even doubt God, or it doesn't even sit well with you. Stop them. Tell them, please stop. Then, because some people talk, they just talk, or some people think they have to say something. And unfortunately, when people say something, sometimes, most of the time, we are structured that way. We were programmed that way to say things repeatedly. People have been saying that on everything. Therefore, we end up adopting this one approach to everything, which is, let's blame God. Blame God over everything that is happening. So I've realized that when people do not understand why things happen, the best thing they can do is, here is this superhuman that we cannot ask, that we cannot communicate directly to. Let's blame them, because they are the highest power. They were supposed to have stopped this. They didn't stop it. That means they had an ulterior motives. And then there are these ways that people say, they will tell you that everything happens for the good, for the greater good. How can rape happen for the greater good? It's things like those that I feel like I am not comfortable. That line of talk, personally, myself, I am not comfortable with, but you may be comfortable with. If you are the type of a person that is comfortable with that line and is making a difference in your life, go on. If it works for you, fine, carry on with it. So, in other words, I'm trying to say, find things that are suitable for you. Find things that are resonating with you. Find things that you feel like when they are said, they are making you better. If that line of thought is making you better, why not? Because the aim is to survive, remember? Number 2, guys, therapy. Please. You cannot even have enough of that. And let me tell you something. With therapy, I will repeat this over and over again. I keep on saying this. With therapy, things work this way. The minute you go to the therapist, expect that you are going to be vulnerable. The pain is going to be so immense, so heavy, that you feel like you cannot do this, but actually you can. And Please trust me when I say that very pain that gets worse the time you go there, it will eventually get better in time. It may not be after one visit, it may not be after two visits, it may even be after 20 visits. If you do need the 20 visits, why not? Yes, I know that another challenge is the medical aid, which in our country, I don't know about other countries. In South Africa, most of the medical aids that we have, they've got only certain limited number of visits that are warranted for therapy. So you make it your mission that for that year, if they are giving you 6 visits, you use them all. Use all those 6 visits. And by the way, if you are working, remember there are options. There is also a wellness program that almost each and every company has. Let them know that, you know what, I am dealing with something personal. Don't even have to tell them exactly what happened to you, but just tell them that I am battling with something right now and it's affecting my work, it's affecting my well-being, it's affecting my moods, it's affecting myself in any way. Then they would certainly do agree to give you some of the wellness program for you to go free. Most companies offer free wellness programs. Their wellness programs involve professional help with people that will sit down with you. You will tell them your story. They are not going to go to your employer and report to the employer as to this is what you said, this is what happened to you. No. The challenge becomes when you do not have the medical aid, you don't even work. Now, in that case, there are clinics. It's a process. You have to be very patient. But remember, this is your life. We've got foundations like Tears Foundation. I will certainly put their logo and their phone number on this video as well. I'll also, yes, even in the description box, please check the TS Foundation numbers. And Lifeline is one of the other organizations that you can call and tell them just in short on the call as to what happened, and they will arrange counseling for you. And if you are in Cape Town, I think they have a rape crisis number that you can call if you are lucky to be in Cape Town and maybe you are seeing this video. I will also attach the rape crisis number for those who are in Cape Town. Now, those are organizations that help a lot. They help everybody, whether you are working or you're not working. So even if you're not working, there is hope and help for you out there. There's also FAMSA that you can go and tell them, and they will arrange that you get counseling as well. So we do have help. As much as our clinics are not they are not the friendliest places to go to, but actually they are the best as well. They do have sisters and nurses that are working as counselors there. So they do have professional counselors they can refer you to, although the queue is very long most of the time, because you do know that rape is a crisis in our country, and these nurses or these professional counselors do not just focus on rape victims. They focus on everybody that needs any kind of psychological help. So the queue tends to be very long because our government, even today in 2022, they are not investing much in the psychological space to help with mental issues. They are not helping. They are failing at that. But at least there is something for everyone. Another thing that you can do, please journal. Journal, 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 journal. Journal your journey. If it takes you to start that day when the ordeal happened, how it started, how you woke up, write it down. I woke up like this, and all the mood. If you were feeling uneasy somewhere, write it down, jot all those things. And when it also happens, that moment when it happens, do not go about. Face it, write it down. This is what happened. Write it in detail, in full detail, everything that you can remember, write it down. It may even come in handy for your case if you are going to pursue a case, which I highly advise. Although you are a human being, you would be an adult. As an adult, you have a right not to pursue a case if you don't want to. But like I said in the previous video, that after you have been raped, you need to go to the Tutuzela Care Center, even better than going to the police station. If you can go to the Tutuzela Care Center, it will be a biggest favor you can do for yourself. But in case the Tutuzela Care Center is far away from you, then you can go to the police station and they will take you to the Tutuzela Care Center. Tutuzela Care Centers also provide mental support. They provide counseling. Ensure that before you leave, you have secured yourself an appointment for the first counseling session, and please show up for the session and the next and the next. Whatever they recommend, please do it. At first, it's hard. It will be so difficult even for showing up to those first sessions, because you may not feel like going out of the house. You may feel like just sleeping, escaping into the sleep. You may feel that way. It is the most painful thing. It is the most painful thing. Now, let's come back to journaling. Journal everything, every detail. Journal it. Journal. Who knows? That journal can be your book. This is what I did. I ended up writing a book about my journey of how I was raped and my daughter raped in the same house by the husband that I was married to. I wrote the book. The book is called Denial of a Married Woman. The t-shirt that I'm wearing, as it says denial, as you can see, is one of the t-shirts that I decided, let me sell them, with different kinds of messages that women are denying. Women are denying so many things. As a married woman, I was denying that I may be married to the psychopath. I was denying that the man I was married to is capable of sexually molesting myself and my daughter. Because I felt like, why would he do that? I must be losing my mind. If I wake up with a feeling of having sex without remembering ever being intimate with him, I thought, no, it must be me that is wrong. So it was denial. Because there were signs that I denied. There were signs. So I took accountability as to, also in my case, and it's not everybody's case. It is not. There are people that did not do anything. Rape came to you. Also, it's not my fault that he raped me. He raped our daughter. It is not our fault. It's not even my fault. But my slow pace reaction to it, that is the one that I'm taking responsibility for. That my child did warn me when she was 3, I did not do anything. I was in denial. So I decided, okay, let me make it a mission. I'm selling these t-shirts. I'm making different messages. I mean, some people blame even witchcraft on the things that happened to them. Like this one says, people are bewitching our relationship. I could have easily blamed the witchcraft. I have another one that says he will change. All those messages. So, as a rape survivor, why don't you choose a certain mission that you can put yourself in, immerse yourself in, and do it with all your heart, even if it means creating awareness in terms of rape, creating awareness in whatever way that you can. This is how I'm creating awareness. In my case, I even wrote a book, which I will also attach on this video so that you can see it. I wrote a book as also a form of a therapy. It was a therapy for me, a therapy for myself. And believe you me, by the end of that book, I felt so much better. I could smile again. I could talk about this without crying. There are times, yes, when I can say it and then I start crying. But most of the time, I can talk about it without even crying. That stage of healing, I reached only when I wrote that book. So for those who will be interested in the book, they will comment in the comment section. I'll see how, but it is also available on Amazon. It is listed on Amazon. Although this video was not about that, I just felt like I needed to mention that. But I'm saying, as a rape survivor, do something. Immerse yourself in something that you can do that can change your life and other people's lives. That is what I've been doing ever since. I started a movement that was called Kwanele Holikane Gender-Based Violence and Femicide. And that movement was going well. It was a stage and it was a movement for me. Like, I felt like that is what I needed at the time. But to show that I am properly healing, I am no longer that involved in that gender-based violence space to the point where I feel like I want to be actively involved with each and every survivor, because I was like that. I felt like I wanted to be there for every survivor that comes across my path. I became an activist, but there came a time and a point where I felt like, this is not how I want my life to turn out. I want to be free from this. I wanted to heal. I have healed. And I feel like I cannot be completely healed, but I'm not going to sit here and wait for the time when I'm completely healed, because what if it doesn't come? So I decided that, you know what? In the meantime, I move and do other things, particularly things that can translate into money into my life. Hence, I decided to start YouTubing. I also have a Facebook page with the same name, Celia Muswenengzengele, where I do a lot of motivational talks. I do a lot of gender-based violence and femicide updates. But believe me, I do not allow them to consume my life to a point where I cannot do anything else. Hence, I decided that at one stage I did consider, registering an NPO, which I did. I have an NPO, by the way, and I wanted funding so that, but at some point I felt like, but no, now I'm gonna be constantly and emotionally immersed in the space of people that I hate, because it is not easy being in a company of a person that is being hurt like that. It is difficult to even think of the words that you can say to her. How you take a pain away. You feel like you can take a pain away, but you can't. It's very, very frustrating. It's like secondary trauma to you as well. And I'm not saying let us not support other people. I still do support people that come to me, but I have learned to come to a point where I try not to be too attached, because being too attached has a habit of opening wounds inside me as well. The things that I thought I have covered, they come out, and I feel like now it's of no use if the two of us are hating. What I think I learned from my rape and my daughter's rape is that it has built in me the emotions that I did not have before. I now have compassion for victims of gender-based violence. I now have compassion for victims of rape. I did not have that kind of compassion, and I'm still gonna make another video of growing up in the Jehovah's Witness organization. I'm gonna highlight some of the things that make you, as a child that grew up in a Jehovah's Witness organization, that desensitize you to a point where if a victim comes, you're still gonna blame. You want to know what they were wearing, because you were taught that clothes are equal to how the male species look at you, how they victimize you. They victimize you because you were wearing too short things. That's what I was told. Where were you? Things like that are advocated constantly as the causes of immorality, as the causes of rape and whatever. So each time there is a victim that came and said they were raped, my programmed mind wanted their part in that. How much did you contribute in that thing that happened to you? Where were you? What were you wearing? So those were the kind of things that I had, and they were cleared by myself being violated repeatedly by the men that I was reading the Bible with, I was praying with, I was sleeping in the same bed with, I was married, rightfully married too. And this person did not just end with me, they went to my daughter. Those things, they shook my structure and my programming. The one that said, if you are married to the person, they have a right to your body. And if you are raped, where were you? The child was at home, in her space where she should be, but she was raped. Not once, not twice, repeatedly. So I feel like those were lessons that I had to learn so that I can stop judging other people. And the universe, I'm not even going to say it's God, I'm going to say the universe played that part to make sure that I fully understand. They leveled the ground so that I fully understand that this ain't no reason to be blaming or victim blaming at all. So thank you for watching this video. I may make other part later on. I may make a follow-up on this later, because I really do think this topic is broad. I must still come up with other coping ways, because there are a lot, and I do not want to make this video to be very, very long, because I realize that other people do not like to watch long videos. So I'll try to make shorter videos, but pack them with some information that is useful. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to share, to like. Please, liking is mahala, liking is free. Please like this video before you exit, and remember to share it with the people that you know. Somebody may like it, somebody may benefit from it. Have you subscribed? Leave a comment in the comment section, and do not forget that bell, set the notification bell, because more videos are coming. Thank you so much. Good night. Goodbye.